Dear students, in the present class, I will discuss the phase diagram of another one component system, that is carbon dioxide. So we will discuss the phase diagram of carbon dioxide system. Now this is the phase diagram of carbon dioxide. The pressure is plotted against temperature. So pressure in atmosphere and temperature in degree centigrade. Now, this phase diagram of carbon dioxide is very similar to that of water. Only some difference is there, although some difference is there. In carbon dioxide, this curve has a positive slope, but in water, this curve is a negative slope. We will discuss it later on. Now, the diagram consists of three curves, BO, OA and OC. Three areas, AOB, AOC and BOC, and one triple point, O. Okay? Now, what is BO? BO is the vapor pressure curve of solid carbon dioxide. Okay? OA is the freezing point curve of liquid carbon dioxide or fusion curve of solid carbon dioxide, whatever you may call. OC is the equilibrium vapor, the OC, line OC is the equilibrium vapor pressure curve for the liquid and gaseous carbon dioxide. Now this line extends up to point C, that is at temperature, that is at critical temperature 31.2 degrees centigrade, and at the critical pressure is 73 atmosphere. So this extends up to C, where pressure is at the critical pressure, pressure is the critical pressure 73 atmosphere, and temperature is critical temperature is 31.2 degrees centigrade. Okay. Now, all these curves, BO, OA and OC have positive slope. Now, I have already said that OA has a positive slope, whereas the water system, this curve has a negative slope. Why? Now, the slope of OA is positive because from Clapeyron equation, you know, dP dt is a delta H bar fusion by T VL bar minus Vs bar, where delta H bar fusion is the molar heat of fusion, and VL bar is the molar volume of the liquid, and Vs bar is the molar volume of the solid. Now, VL bar is greater than Vs bar here. In case of water, the reverse was the case. The Vs bar was greater than VL bar. So, this is positive. And delta H fusion, H bar fusion is also positive. So, dP dt is positive. Hence, OA has a positive slope. Now, the points on these lines, that is the OA, BO, OA or OC, whatever it may be, stand for coexistence of, this is solid liquid, this is for the solid vapor, and this is for the liquid vapor. The coexistence of two phases. So along, this is the coexistence of two phases, that is the solid vapor. This is the coexistence of two phases, that is solid liquid, and this is these lines for the coexistence of two phases, liquid gas, liquid vapor, the liquid gas, liquid solid, liquid carbon dioxide, gaseous carbon dioxide. Okay? And these lines represent univariant system. So degrees of freedom will be equals to 1. On this line, the degrees of freedom equals to 1. Now I have already discussed the curve OA has a positive slope because of the molar volume of solid carbon dioxide is less than the molar volume of liquid carbon dioxide. Okay? Now, the points in the regions AOB AOB, AOC or BOC indicates one phase only. So this indicate one phase only. So AOB is the solid phase, BOC is the gaseous phase, and AOC is the liquid phase. Okay? The areas are bivariant. So these are the bivariant. Why? These are the bivariant. The degrees of freedom equals to 2. Which means that both pressure and temperature must be specified to describe the system. So this system, to describe this system, temperature and pressure must be specified. To describe the liquid carbon dioxide, temperature, pressure must be specified. And to describe this gaseous system, the pressure and temperature must be specified. So this is a 2 degrees of freedom. This is a system of 2 degrees of freedom. Now the tipple point O, this is the tipple point O. Tipple point O, where the solid phase, liquid phase and gaseous phase coexist. There is the line OBO, OC and OA meets. The 3 phases are in equilibrium here. And it occurs at a temperature of minus 56.6 degrees centigrade and a pressure of 5.11 atmosphere. It occurs at a temperature of minus 56.6 degrees centigrade and pressure of 5.11 atmosphere. Okay? Now this tipple point occurs at, since it occurs at a particular temperature and pressure, and this is a non-variant system. The degrees of freedom equals to 0. Degrees of freedom here will be equals to 0. It occurs only at a particular temperature and pressure. Now, liquid carbon dioxide. This is to be mentioned here. The liquid carbon dioxide cannot exist at any pressure below 5.11 atmospheric pressure, because here is the tipple point. So below tipple point pressure, this is 5.11 atmosphere pressure, liquid carbon dioxide cannot exist. So liquid carbon dioxide cannot exist below, at any pressure below 5.11 atmospheric pressure. Now let us have solid carbon dioxide at point X, where the pressure is 1 atmosphere. Okay? Now, if at a constant pressure of 1 atmosphere, we increase the temperature along xi, it will goes to, the solid carbon dioxide will goes to gaseous carbon dioxide without passing through the liquid state. This will goes to gaseous carbon dioxide without passing through the liquid state. We may say that there will be sublimation. Okay? Okay. Now if carbon dioxide gas at Y, at 1 atmosphere pressure, if we cool this gas at a constant pressure to minus 78.8 degrees centigrade, then carbon dioxide solidifies without appearance of liquid phase. Okay? So I think you could understand. We are taking solid carbon dioxide at the point X at a pressure of 1 atmosphere, and at a constant pressure I am increasing the temperature to Y, so we will get the solid carbon dioxide will transform to gaseous carbon dioxide without going to the liquid phase. On the other hand, if we take liquid carbon dioxide at 1 atmosphere pressure, and if we decrease the temperature, reduce the temperature at a constant pressure up to minus 70 degrees centigrade, then only the solid carbon dioxide will appear without going through the liquid phase. Okay? Now, it is this reason that solid carbon dioxide is commonly known as dry ice. Solid carbon dioxide is commonly known as dry ice. Now the question, when a solid undergoes sublimation? So when a solid will undergo sublimation? Usually the vapor pressure of a solid is small. Usually the vapor pressure of a solid is small. Okay? In some solids such as naphthalene, camphor, iodine, etc., the vapor pressure even at ordinary temperature is appreciable. Okay? And it rises with increase in temperature. So for these substances, the vapor pressure is appreciable even at ordinary temperature. Okay? And this vapor pressure rises with increase in temperature. Now, if the vapor pressure of the solid reaches the atmospheric pressure, before the solid reaches its melting point, the solid then vaporize before melting. That is, sublimation would occur. Okay, I repeat, if the vapor pressure of the solid reaches the atmospheric pressure, which we call the normal pressure is 1 atmosphere, before the solid reaches its melting point, the solid then vaporize before melting. That is, sublimation would occur. So in general we can say that when the triple point pressure is higher than the external pressure on the system, the vapor pressure of the solid reaches the external pressure before it melts, and as a consequence sublimation occurs. So in case of carbon dioxide, we see that the triple point pressure is 5.1 atmosphere and the 1 atmosphere is well below the triple point. Therefore, we can easily say that the external pressure on the system, the vapor pressure of the solid reaches the external pressure before it melts. So before it melting, the carbon dioxide reaches the vapor pressure 1 atmosphere pressure because it is the melting point, it is the melting temperature. So in case of carbon dioxide, we will get sublimation. So sublimation will occur there. Okay? Thank you.